Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to our Subscriber Game Tournament Season 2 as we continue with our Round 2 matchup here in Group 8 between Meng in the green and Bananafishbone in the red. And this is their second match as they have swapped sides, with Meng attacking here with the army of Sima Yue, Cheng Pu, and Wu Tugu. Very interesting combination. 2 Sentinels and a Nanman General. Interesting units as well because Sima Yue has the Xu Raiders, which are very similar to Yellow Dragons actually. They're axe units, they have good charge, but not very high defensive stats. So I'm not sure how they'll be utilized, but I guess attacking side, using an axe to fight perhaps shielded unit is not a terrible idea. Then on Cheng Pu, we have Mercenary Infantry, which I think is a terrible idea. They're really bad. Mercenary units are great in the campaign because they obviously come fully mustered, and you're paying a premium for that capability, which is completely irrelevant in multiplayer battles. So they're a bit overpriced for what they bring, and their morale is definitely a bit low for that price. And that's their main weakness, low morale. Then we also have 2 Tiger Guards, which I actually like. They're going to be the main turtle formation to absorb aggro from towers. And it looks like maybe a utilization of the Siege Tower and Ram to get inside since there's no Trebuchet, which is totally fine. They are fire archers from the Nanman roster, which can help destroy towers. And then for Nanman units, we have Wulin Fighters, which counters generals when dismounted. So that's a pretty interesting tactic to use that against enemy generals, perhaps surround your generals with them. And then 2 Ravine Warriors, which are very weird. They are like the expendable unit of the Nanman roster, which means when they rout, they don't impact nearby units' morale, but they also have extremely low morale and almost no damage. Well, no armor piercing damage. A lot of base damage, but very little armor piercing damage. They have no defensive stats. So it's an army of very weakly armored, aggressive axe units that's assaulting a city, which is interesting to see how it plays out. The generals are also very interesting because Sima Yue is not very powerful, but he does have Flame of the Phoenix, so that is a good unit clear. He is unbreakable as well. Then Cheng Pu gives all the other generals, the other 2 generals, extra attack rate, which will boost their attack rate to super high levels. That will benefit Wu Tugu the most, and we'll see how that plays out. He is very powerful in that regard with his powerful axe. Then for defense, we have a pretty range-heavy army, which is good to see actually. We have Kongrong with 4 units of Fury of Beihai, decently leveled up. We have Qingzhou units making a return. The Assault Infantry variant again. I think this is super popular, even though I'm pretty against this choice. I still think the halberds are better. At least he mixed in 1 halberd, so interesting cost analysis there. Mainly probably because halberds are cheaper, so he might have run out of money to go for 6 Assault Infantry. Lastly, there is 1 Northern Mounted Raider, which is a Horse Archer. Pretty interesting choice on defense. I don't know what their job would be. Maybe to use as a shot cavalry, but then why not get a shot cavalry? Not many things you need to light fire to when you are defending. If you accidentally light your city on fire, you're the one losing the morale. So we'll see how that plays out. The general choices are very solid. Kongrong, Xu Huang, Wen Chou. Wen Chou has a separate roar than Xu Huang's roar, and those 2 will stack for 48, which is going to be super effective against these assault infantries that are on Meng's side. All of them have sub 40 morale across the board. Actually, thinking about it, except for the Tiger Guards, which I think has 45 morale, everyone on that entire side has less than 40 morale. So a roar like that would absolutely decimate the units. And Sima Yue doesn't have any commander ability to save that either. So that is something else to watch out for. Wen Chou obviously has Hamstring to clear units when dismounted, and also Binding Fury to clear generals when mounted. And Xu Huang has his Flame of the Phoenix as well. Kongrong is a very standard strategist with Wisdom River, Stifling Deluge, Inspiring Surge, and he can definitely assist in that regard. So let's hop into deployment and see how this one plays out. Alrighty, so looking at deployment here, we have a forest sneak attempt, which is interesting. We haven't seen this. It's very spread out, and not all of them are hiding, which is weird. Because you would imagine if you're trying to do this, why not put the unit in the forest? This is like telling the opponent we're here. And this unit too. And this isn't really technically in the forest either. 2 fire archers. No one's using the siege weapon. What? Utugu was on an elephant? Okay, so much for the extra attack speed, because now the attack is basically the silver elephant, which he has. He doesn't get the gold one. That's a weird choice as well. I mean, elephant's good for clearing, you know, streets and units, but Utugu can do that with his off-guard ability without the elephant. You're paying 500 extra to disable his weapon, which is really good, to trade for one of his ability, which is actually only 30-second cooldown. And you also brought Chengpu to boost everyone's attack rate, so he actually has 57 attack rate, but now it's kind of not really relevant because he's on elephant. Like, look at Sima Yue with 100 attack rate, just because Exemplar boosts, you know, attack rate quite high. It's a weird percentage math, which is why they basically just go to max, essentially. Tiger Guard's not in the front. We're not turtling for the assault. Wuling fighters at least are close to the generals, but 36 morale as we can see here, 26 morale, 36 morale, 32 morale, 24 morale. Yeah, that's not really gonna fly here. And the assault angle, right? I mean, I can understand the sneaky forest assault, but you want to sneak out into the forest. Like if you want to, you know, come out here and start climbing, why spread out so far? And why let them know where you are? Let's see. So like the fire arrows now actually has insane value because they're in the forest. What are the generals going to do? How are they going to get up? Why are they running into tower range? What is going on? There's no spy inside that will open the gates. Are they gonna hack the gates? That's the plan? And hack the gate with the one that, you know, has side angles on you as you hack the gates. Well, the elephant's a big target. So, yeah, that shower of arrows, not doing much damage so far, but it's gonna add up as it gets more and more hits. 2k health gone. I also think elephants are bugged where they can't hit doors. Oh, that volley. I don't actually think the elephant can hit the door. Yep, I don't think the elephant actually will hit the door. Look at the damage. What is the thought behind this? Just leave them. Leave them alone. There's nothing they can do. We got the forest fire on this side. The morale's ready low. As you can see, the roar probably just took them out. Alright, everyone just gonna climb walls? Okay. We have a commander who has complete, you know, disregard of unit life. We finally took out one tower. But we're also kind of burning ourselves at the same time. They took quite a bit because, yeah. 5k health done just by standing there in the fire. Alright, units that has made it in are getting attacked by the crossbow damage. Xu Huang should just go smash, teach them a lesson, give them a roar. It's probably over. They just need to block this little plaza. I mean, the gate damage is 11%. No, yeah, 11%. Give them another 5 minutes. Alright, they routed before they made contact. Not surprising because, you know, 4 Fury Beihai dumping damage down. The fire archers are also climbing. I mean, if we're going for this type of assault, right? It doesn't matter, you know, if this was a good idea or bad idea. Let's say you're committed. Oh, this is friendly fire, but if you're committed to this, like, we're gonna climb walls, why not use the siege weapons? These are free. This would have opened this gate by now. Three bashes of that would have opened it. The siege tower would at least give them one of your unit not, you know, fatigue from climbing. They're not in formation either. No turtle. I'm super confused. Yeah, 17%. Congratulations. Are they gonna shoot someone or are they just gonna stand there? I mean, Bananas, you know, his generals are bored. There's no need for them to go anywhere. This gate's not even close. It's faster if they climbed in and captured the gate. Like, for real, they can capture it faster than they can destroy it right now. Alright, having fun burning outside. Xu Huang coming in to smash a couple. Just roar. There's only 14 morale on them. There we go. They're done. Are they going to try to capture? Yep, they're trying. Is there any attempt to stop them from capturing? They might get away with this. Because there's no movement of any of the units. Oh, here comes the elephant breaking in. There's a closer unit. What is he doing? Alright, they're in. Will it change anything? Maybe. Here comes the elephant. Lost about 9k of his health. Got a roar. Doesn't work on Qingzhou units. You activate their misplaced devotion, they hit harder. He should go for these. Go for the archers. There we go. I mean, definitely a big mishap. Like, I'm sure maybe Bananafishbones in shock as well, like just not taking it seriously given how this attack has played out. But like, giving up that gate. I wanted to see them hit this for another 10 minutes, because that would not open even in 10 minutes. This match was about 9 minutes total, so it took them about 6 minutes to do 31%. Yeah. Give them another 12 minutes, they can't open that. Alright, we've got the combination roar, which doesn't... Actually, no, just a single roar. Doesn't actually take them out. Wisdom River? Do something? Oh, the elephant's trapping himself in a corner. I mean, they're actually routing units. But I think it's just not enough. Like, the fact that he's on elephant means he doesn't threaten any general. Can he actually win here? No. It's not enough to kill the generals. Xu Huang will just kill everyone in the end. But honestly, really poor play by Bananafishbones. Like, when you're given a hand like this, shouldn't turn out to look like this. Running outside as protection, which works because they don't have control of the gates, so they can't go out and chase you. Yep, everything's routing. Only somebody who's unbreakable doesn't get hit with army loss. Still no dismount. Dismount? Is he gonna try to capture the center? No, he's not clicking for that. Alright, dismounted. Because of this unit, Qingzhou Halberd, which is way better than Qingzhou Assault Infantry because they can do that. Alright, can we dismount please? He might actually kill you guys with 100 attack speed while dismounted. If he actually targets generals. There we go. Maybe a little too late. No, he's still hitting units. Got his flame off. Alright, is that it? Alright. This is a tough match to commentate. First off, Lu Meng's attack plan, definitely sus. If you're going to do the sneaky forest attack, which is totally fine. There's a huge forest here that leads directly to the wall. This wall in particular, because there's no bastions on this direction. It's totally a good idea. You can put your unit here, doesn't matter where. All of them in the forest, and then have them navigate through this forest to climb the wall. That's perfectly viable. You don't have to deal with any of these towers until you get inside, because there's some, strange angles where they can shoot inside, and that becomes slightly problematic. It's doable. But obviously you're still running into this little platform where the enemy range unit can sit, and you don't have a real way to enter gates. But the game does give attacking side 1 free ram and 1 free siege tower. So the ram can be easily used against this gate here. They can also start out in the forest. Huge patch of forest that can lead up into a free entry for your elephant general if you're bringing elephant general to mess up the units up on the plaza, which worked because only 1, 2, and a small group of the Fury Beihai survived that. And that could have been a viable plan, but the generals hacking gates, hacking the gate that has 2 other gates and a tower overlooking it, like that feels really foolish. And the fact that there was no even practice attempt to see how fast generals damage gates, 6 minutes, 31%. Are we trying to enter in 20 minutes? It doesn't make any sense. And then also, Bananafishbone, it's hard to commentate because Bananafishbone also played really disappointingly here by allowing a lot of things that doesn't need to happen. Maybe there's a certain degree of disrespect to the type of attack he's facing, but compared to this match and also the match before, the lack of dismounting generals is really concerning, especially since I expect a bit better from someone who advanced quite far in Season 1 as well, where, we talked a lot, or actually, he probably experienced firsthand a lot of these general versus general fights where dismounted generals just comes out way ahead in these situations. And now we're in Season 2, and he has advanced again to top 8. So back to top 8 for Bananafishbone, but there's still a lot of basic flaws in the gameplay, and also just lack of alertness. Sure, it's all fine and games seeing them hack away the gate, but the units, 3 units of Qingzhou unit right here, he even knew to pull one over from here to cover the gates, but they were right here watching them advance this hallway. Block them here. Why not? But the result's the same, so maybe that's why not. Alrighty, let's look at the results. Well, not surprisingly, the units didn't do anything because they were busy just climbing walls. That one fire archer who climbed over and finally settled down and started shooting at the plaza did a decent amount of damage. Our turtle units joined the generals to attack the gates, maybe gave them 25% damage resistance against all those tower arrows. It helped a little, I guess. But they were not in turtle formation, so misuse of what you had in that case. The spread out attack obviously didn't do them any favors. The generals went in and started hacking units, so they got some kills. All the kills are slightly inflated because we are on the huge unit size with 160. On this side, Xu Huang once again was the general that carried the game. Not really surprisingly, because there's so many soft targets for him to go after. Polish should have been a lot cleaner. There was really no reason for him and the horse archer to be both outside for that long. The micro attention spin on them kind of negated what the infantry should have been doing. They should have, with 6 infantry, if you're looking at the map with the plaza area, 1 at each of the plaza doorways, 1 covering each of the entryway down from the wall, basically, and then 1 at each of the gate to make sure it doesn't get captured. And that's really all that needs to be set up and done. And then the 4 Fury Beihai, sits there and shoot. Doesn't even need much micro. Just place them in the right place and just leave. And then micro your general to your heart content. But yeah, definitely some oversight. But congratulations to Bananafishbones advancing to top 8 here. And Lu Meng crashes out the tournament. And hopefully we'll see him come back in the future. So that's going to do it for us here for Group 8. We have one more group before we move on to the next stage, as we have those who tied in this round facing off against me in round 3. So let's wait and see what happens in that last group. Until then, bye.